Shalom. Welcome back. First and foremost, want to give all glory, praises, and honors to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. To give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to you, Aki, pushing his word in sincerity and in truth. Back with another lesson. Today's lesson is just going to be about tightening up, all right, and being a better example. All right, tighten up and be a better example, because with the Passover being upon us, we have to really examine ourselves, man. All right, we really have to hold ourselves accountable and hold that mirror up to ourselves. All right, we should be our own harshest critic, so you can understand. So I'm gonna jump right into the scriptures, because how we move out here is going to be very important in these last days. All right, you're gonna have an influx of people coming in, an influx of believers waking up, and if you're called to be in a position of having some type of rank or man underneath you, or even if you're just a follower so far, you want to move in a way that's the ultimate example of embodying Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. This is Romans chapter 14, verse 19. It says, "Let us therefore follow after the things which make for peace, and things wherewith one may edify another. For meat destroyeth not the work of the Most High. All things indeed are pure, but it is evil for that man who eateth with offense. It is good neither to eat flesh, nor drink wine, nor anything whereby thy brother stumbleth, or is offended, or is made weak." Right, so whatever you're doing out here, however you're moving out here, because as you increase in understanding, you understand the Lord gave us amount of liberty, all right? Amount of room to make mistakes, amount of room to do this and the other. But sometimes you don't want to be so, what's the word I'm looking for, boisterous or forward in how you're moving out here, all right? We know you got faith, we know you believe, but, you may be moving a certain type of way that could throw brothers off, man, all right? It can confuse individuals or brothers in the camp, being like, oh, he's moving like that, maybe I should start moving like that. All right, not knowing that certain men can do certain things and other mans can't. Certain men, can have multiple wives. Certain men might be out, have a little bit more of a nightlife, but other guys that try to follow those examples could end up in ruin. So everything don't have to be posted, everything don't have to be showed. But that's basically what I'm saying. Keep your business, right? Let's keep going. It says, read it again. This is Romans 14:21. "It is good neither to eat flesh, nor drink wine, nor anything whereby thy brother stumbleth, or is offended, or is made weak. Has thou faith, have it to thyself before the Most High. Happy is he that condemneth not himself in that thing which he alloweth." Right. Everybody can't move the same way. Everybody can't take the same chances. There's different degrees in the spirit, all right, that a brother that's of a heavier degree can go in and out of this matrix a lot better than somebody of low degree, right? So you got to take all those things into account when being an example to the flock, right? From I heard something just popped into my head. The apostle Tahar used to always say some individuals can't handle listening to other camps, right? And he had made a joke like, man, I can dance with the devil, meaning he could hear wayward doctrines. He could hear a lot of things that may sound good to the untrained ear, and it won't faze him, right? But other guys, right, that may be weak in the faith or weak in understanding, just listen to Great Millstone, just listen to GMS. They can't deal with it. That's why they're confused. That's why they get weak. That's why they fall out. All right. So like I said, be the ultimate example, even with your conversation, especially for older Akim out there. when you're around younger brothers, right? What you say can and does rub off on individuals. From there, let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 8, verse 9. It says, "But take heed lest by any means that..." Let me jump up. 1 Corinthians 8. All right, let's start at 7. "Howbeit there is not in every man that knowledge, for some with conscience..." Yeah, let's get more context. 1 Corinthians 8 and chapter 8 verse 6. "But to us there is but one power, the Father, of whom are all things, and we in him, and one Lord Yahushua, by whom are all things, and we by him. Howbeit there is not in every man that knowledge, for some with conscience of the idol unto this hour eat it as a thing offered unto an idol, and their conscience being weak is defiled. But meat commendeth us not us not to the Most High, for neither if we eat are we better, neither if we eat not are we the worse." Right? So some of these things are in the world. You got pagan holidays brothers may be invited to or may go to, and if you go and entertain your family, your immediate family, not the ones that are called into this word, because the Lord said, "Who is my mother, who is my brother, who is my father," basically paraphrasing those that follow this word, this doctrine. But I'm talking about your immediate family. They might call you to this or that. You might go to that. That's something that you might not talk about. You might not post those pictures. You might not put that out there that you went to this event, because it might throw off another individual's faith, right? It says, verse 8 again, "But meat commendeth us not to the Most High, for neither if we eat are we the better, neither if we eat not are we the worse. But take heed lest by any means this liberty of yours become a stumbling block to them that are weak. For if any man see thee which has knowledge sit at meat in the idol's temple, shall not the conscience of him which is weak be emboldened to eat those things which are offered to idols?" Right? And this is this is a specific example that they're talking about within the scriptures, but this can apply outside of this verse, back to how you're moving out here, how you're doing certain things, how you may use this world and a brother not might really understand it. All right? How you might be around 2/3 for a job, or you a salesman and you might move around with clients that are not in the truth, and that could throw brothers off, man. So you got to consider showing that, consider bringing that stuff and those problems back to the body like that. Verse 11, "And through thy knowledge shall the weak brother perish, for whom Yahushua died. But when ye sin so against the brethren, and wound their weak conscience, ye sin against Yahushua." So like I said, always examine yourself and really watch how you're moving out here, man, because we got to be the best example we can be. Even to people in the world, we should be moving a certain way. All right? It should be in an honorable way, where really they have nothing bad to say about us. All right? Nothing bad to say about us. From there, let's keep going. Slovakia. I know I got a lot of scriptures. Let's go to 1 Corinthians 10:26. It says, For the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. If any of them that believe not bid you to a feast, and you be disposed to go." I think there's another adding on to the scripture I just read. If any of them believe not bid you to a feast, and you be disposed to go, whatsoever is set before you, eat, asking no question for conscience sake. But if any man say unto you, this is offered in sacrifice unto idols, eat not for his sake. Right? So this is the other point I was making. even when being around people in the world, and we got to be stand-up individuals, man. We can't be on, on nigger time out here, man, moving like that, because that person you're talking to who might not believe right now could believe later, and that could ruin them if they see you caught basically, being just like a nigga in the world, man. All right. So really watch how you move, watch how you present yourself, watch how you are an example to the flock and also for other people. All right. Represent yourself in the best way possible is what I'm saying. It says, but if any man say unto you, this is offered in sacrifice unto idols, eat not for his sake that showed it, and for conscience sake, for the earth is the Lord's, the fullness thereof. Conscience, I say, not thine own, but of the other. For why is my liberty judge of another man's conscience? He asked that question. For if I by grace be partaker, why am I evil spoken of for that of which I give thanks? Whether therefore ye eat or drink or whatsoever ye do, do all to the glory of the Most High. Give none offense neither to the Jews nor to the Gentiles, nor to the church of the Most High. Right? So in all aspects, be an example of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, how you move out here, how you conduct yourself, right? Showing up on time, coming to work, doing what you need to do, all right? Not being on the job, causing problems, this or the other. Basically represent yourself fully through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, right? Even as I please all men in all things, not seeking my own profit, but the profit of many, that they may be saved, because that's really the ultimate mission. It's you being that vessel, being used by Yahweh Shem Yahushai to be an example to the flock, especially if you're out here teaching, right? From there, let's keep going. Let's get this in 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 15. We can end it here, right? It says, see that none render evil for evil unto any man, but ever follow that which is good, both among yourselves and to all men, right? So, like I said, we got to act accordingly. No, we're not choir boys. No, we're not out here to get pushed around. But we got to move in a certain way, all right? Because really we don't want to offend the flock. And we really don't want to offend the ones that might possibly come in. All right. Verse 16, rejoice evermore, pray without ceasing, in everything give thanks, for this is the will of the Most High in Yahushua concerning you. Quench not the spirit, despise not prophesying, prove all things, hold fast that which is good, abstain from all appearance of evil. Right? So basically be on point. And as this day approaches, examine yourself more and more. All right? Because like I said, you want to be the ultimate example for Yahweh Shem Yahushai's flock. You were called to feed the sheep, especially you man that put your hand to the plow. Always remember that. And if you were called to be in a position, be that example, man. Right? And with that, I'm going to give all glory, praises, and honors to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai. Shalom the next time.